Hey everyone, so this video is about the book, The Power of Habit, written by Charles Duhigg, who works for the New York Times, or he's a reporter for the New York Times. And basically this book is about how we create habits or why we do certain things. And basically in his research, Charles has come up with something called the habit loop. And that basically means that, number one, we start off with a cue. Now, a cue is basically the trigger. Why is it that we're doing these certain actions? So that's the cue. The second is a routine. So first we get triggered, or there's a trigger that makes us do something, and then that something is the routine. So we do some sort of routine, and then we follow along with it, and then after we get some sort of reward. So there's a reason why we do something. It's because we get rewarded from it. And as you can see, here is the cue, routine, reward loop, or the habit loop. And basically in this video I'm going to talk to you about how to create new habits, or not new habits, but maybe change the habits that you currently have or want to get rid of potentially. So if you have something that you don't like, or you want to change it to something else, that's what this video is about. So in the back of the book, Charles talks about ways to create new habits or to change them. And he says there's 4 things that you need to do. So the very first thing is to identify the routine. So that basically means that when you are doing your habits, you need to say, okay, what is it that I'm doing here? You first need to be aware of the fact that you are doing this habit, or that you have this habit, and you need to be aware of specifically what it is that you're doing. So that's number 1, you need to identify the routine. And then the second thing is to experiment with rewards. So now that you've already identified what your routine is, you want to identify the rewards aspect. So why is it that you are doing this certain routine? There must be something that you get out of it. So there must be something or some reason that's compelling you, or that's, sucking you in to get you to continue doing that. And so he says to experiment with the rewards. So he says that, maybe, example, if you always eat cookies, he says, well, what's the reason behind the cookies? And that's the routine. The reward is, okay, maybe it's not the cookies that gives you the reward per se, but it's something else. So he says to experiment with it. So experiment with 4, 5, 6, 7 different things, and see exactly what works or what doesn't. So that's the second step. The third step is to isolate the cue. Isolate the cue. So that basically goes back to the beginning, where you're trying to figure out what is that trigger, what is it that's causing me to run through the habits loop. You want to figure out, okay, what is it that made me want to do this? And he says that when you are trying to, when you're identifying the cue, you want to write down certain things. So you want to write down the time, your location, your mood, who are you with. Just try to write down as much information as possible, because when you write it down, maybe you'll be able to see a connection from what you've written down, and then from there you can kind of see, okay, maybe it's because I was with this person, or maybe it's because I was feeling this way, or maybe it's because of the time. So that's what he's saying by making sure that you write the things down associated with that cue. And then the last thing that you want to do is to have a plan. So have a plan. So again, all of this is great, but it's not going to help you unless you write out a plan on how you can implement it. So what are some of the ways that you can take out the new habit, or take out the old habit and bring in the new habit? And so that's basically how you change or get rid of habits. It's more so easier to change the habit rather than to get rid of it. Alright, well anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you liked this video and you want more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel so you can get notifications of future videos that I upload. And if you're interested in the book, there's a link down below. And yeah, if you are interested in checking out other videos that I've made, check out my website at www.bookstakeaway.com. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you again in the next video. Bye for now.